Skims. It's big news. It's not making underwear for men. And they're fantastic. For all of my briefs guys out there, trust me, you can't beat this one. Shop Skims Men's at skims.com and Skims stores. And if you are looking for the perfect gift for your Valentine or for yourself, Skims just launched their best Valentine's shop ever. Available in sizes for women, men, kids, and even pets.
Ooh-wee, folks, welcome to the Brandon Jamel Show. Joining us today, we've got the hosts of Talking Talk Tuah, Cam, Peter.
What's up?
Welcome.
How's it going?
Big Philadelphia.
Yeah, introduce yourselves.
Yeah. I mean, we're two Philly boys, as Jamel just said. We got a big game tomorrow we're very excited about. It's going to be huge.
Hope it works out for y'all.
Thank you.
I mean that.
So far, it's been going
Yeah,
great.
fly Eagles, fly.
Yeah, well, I'll say it now, today.
I don't know if LA is greasing up light poles, but we're going to climb them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can get up
Out
there.
here.
You can.
You think I can do some pull-ups on the traffic?
Just go to Glendale, man. Anything's possible.
Okay.
But we're not here to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
nah.
Not just talking ball.
You
Yeah.
know that we're not here to talk ball.
Okay.
We're talking to her.
We're
And not the ball, too. Not the football,
We're talking
too.
Talk Tuah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a heated moment right now.
It's tense.
It's kind of yeah. I mean, how's that been?
Dude, I mean, it's tricky because we've been faithfully covering it for so long.
Yeah.
And then recently we see the new episode gets leaked, right?
Yeah.
Now it looks like an alpha cut to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a very polished cut.
Yeah. Looked pretty
Early.
sloppy in a lot of ways. And yeah, it's not posted on any of the Talk Tuah official accounts, which
Right.
makes me dubious of like whether this was supposed to be seen by the public yet.
Yeah, I
Certainly
don't think
doesn't
so.
seem that way.
Yeah. Faze Banks.
Yeah.
And who else was in there? This is the first podcast where we're seeing her after the crypto rug pool fallout, the meme coin. What is it? Hot coin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's been on a sabbatical for about like a month or two, I guess, at this point. And, you know, there was like this whole crypto thing that happened back in December. People were upset about it, but I think she was gone probably off the grid, just, you know, taking time off to recenter herself after a long stretch of 13 episodes of a podcast. I mean, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's distressing to me to see that her first appearance back is leaked to the public. I don't really know where
It's a counterfeit feeling because also one of the guys, I don't know the one guy's name in the black sweater, but did you guys see he was repping the Talking Talk Tuah?
He was repping Talking
Yeah.
Talk Tuah.
That's not authorized
on the-
merchandise.
No, not
Okay,
sanctioned
wow.
by us.
No.
Oh, that's not
Damn.
official.
No.
He made it himself on T-Public type?
Yeah, he made it himself. We have one piece of merch.
Jeez.
It's everyone's name. It says Haliey and Chelsea and Pookie and Cam and Pete and Matt Rife.
And look, I don't want to
Yeah.
take the wind out of a fan's sail. It's like we appreciate the support, but again, this wasn't authorized, much like this release of the episode.
So I guess,
It-
we don't know how to cover it really.
And now, well, I guess to catch people up,
Yeah.
there was the meme coin, right?
Yeah.
There was the meme coin drop, and then what happened there exactly?
I mean, she had this big moment, but she was being brought into this new emerging techno finance space. Very exciting.
And I don't know how much we can speculate it, but I think
Yeah.
people need to know that, look, if it's crypto, you're in good hands.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people talking about like what's going on,
Yeah.
things like that. I think she's surrounded by a team of people that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Keep in mind,
Certified.
better the company that runs or that it's on or
Sponsors the show.
it's Jake Paul's company. So we are in good hands here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's good.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry
One
much
trip
there.
to
I
Riyadh,
wouldn't
we're
worry
gonna
about
handle
anything.
that.
But there was legal fallout.
I think that was maybe against people who just didn't know what they were doing when they were buying and selling this coin. I mean, look, there's
Markets
always winners.
fluctuate.
Yeah.
Markets go up and down. You know?
There's
Thank you
always
for
gonna be
visually.
And so what is
It
it?
goes
What,
up and
what
then
is
it
this
goes
about?
down, yeah.
There's like snipers. There's like
There's snipers in Hong Kong. I mean, that's I
Yeah.
think apparently a big kink that needs to be worked out in the
I don't.
crypto techno
And we don't know how
finance
many
space.
snipers like it could have been a couple snipers from a couple different angles.
Yeah.
Maybe from the knoll, from the grassy knoll.
And just to be clear, you don't mean like a sniper kink. Like you mean
There
okay?
was
I just want to make
there's
sure.
some kind of thing. There's crypto snipers on crypto.
For a second, I thought
And
maybe
so they
a guy
got.
I think
There was a
jerking
rug
off the
pool.
snipers. My bad.
I think
I
it's
don't know. I don't know much about crypto. I know that there's.
Yeah.
Well,
Is that what people were saying online? The sniper thing? That's what I've heard.
I've heard a little bit. I think it's like when a worm gets into an apple, where it's like this is a great kind of thing that you're excited to celebrate and feast upon, and then you finds out someone's already beaten you to it. And I think that's what a sniper is in simple layman's terms.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, I don't know how much we could speculate on the crypto thing.
Yeah.
Again, it's a very safe industry. We're covering the podcast.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we're interested in.
all I know is
absolutely.
fortune
That's
favors
all a
the brave. I don't
distraction
know
from
nothing.
that.
Yeah. And so there's there's this controversy, whatever. There's this all this legal mumbo jumbo.
There you go.
We don't
Yeah.
Hogwash.
And
Haliey.
CoffeeZilla.
Yeah.
CoffeeZilla, he's sort of a watchdog, like crypto tomfoolery.
He's a huge X guy.
Yeah. So they get on a space on X.
Yeah.
And he's going back and forth with these crypto guys.
Yeah.
And Haliey is mostly silent for it. And she goes, "All right, anywho."
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
I'm going to bed now.
And she goes, "I'm going to bed now. Have a good night." And was not online for 2 months.
Yeah, logged off.
Which was like, I don't know. I don't even know how many months. How many months does that feel like to you guys?
How long would a bear hibernate? But I think this is again. She probably reached a point of exhaustion with podcasting, and I mean, she deserved the time off. I think she's probably taken it to, reflect on everything she's learned so far in her podcasting journey. She's probably been like reaching out to exciting new guests for the upcoming show.
And we've taken that time. We're all caught up.
Yeah.
We had a dip into, for 1 week, her going on Bill Maher's show.
Yeah.
Oh, which I do want to.
Random.
I really want to circle back to that.
This is how we ended up together.
We're really tapped in on Club Random.
Oh, great.
You guys have been tracking this for a while.
Yes,
Up to date. Yeah.
But can we play the video of her from the leaked podcast? I don't know if that's
Okay, yeah.
Is that okay? Is that above board?
Look, I mean, we can show it.
I know it's
don't
a leaked pod.
I don't know how much we could speculate on it, but yeah, let's give it a watch.
I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me.
Right here.
We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. Don't
Or
cry.
Haliey.
Don't cry. Everything's gonna be good. We're gonna be good. And guys, listen, just as a temperature check, I just want to say, the first thing that she said to me off camera was, "The minute you DM me, I really wish I just texted you and called you." And that speaks to me because of how I was introduced to crypto, and we'll get into that. But I'm also kind of on the back end of things too. Like, their team's been very forthcoming. My team is vetting them the fuck out right now, and
Two separate
has been
teams.
for the last week. Thread Guy and Frank, they're going to be on this episode. It's such a weird blend and mash of worlds. No,
It rolled out.
don't cry, Haliey. It's fine. It's all going to be okay. Life is going to be okay. Oh, Haliey, no.
Oh, don't do that. Don't stare at me.
No.
We're not cutting to Chelsea at all.
Oh yeah.
Damn. Oh, she's there?
Chelsea
You're
Shire.
Oh,
Just give
she's
us a
there.
minute.
It's going to be okay.
Well, so basically, how this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like a, what do they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto's gonna be a good place." And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it, and it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have been affected by the fires up
No
here.
bullshit.
That's a Haliey we know.
Me and Ricky.
Truth
I'll
be
match
told,
it,
I
whatever.
thought she was going
really, really
like
important for
one
me to make
animal
sure
by
that we
one
address
and
everything
giving
we
them
need
cash. That's where I thought she'd been for the past couple months.
She's an
I think
industry
that it's
disruptor.
really, really important at this point to be totally transparent about everything that happened with you and your partners and this launch and in crypto, and what makes this bad and what makes what Iggy Azalea is doing maybe even good. And
Oh,
what
right.
makes
I forgot that
what
Iggy
Trump's doing
Azalea
different,
does
right?
have
I want to
a-
get through
a
all
coin.
that.
She's got an Iggy coin?
But she's doing it in an above board way, I guess.
I mean, Haliey did too, I think. But I mean, I think it's just the snipers got the best.
It's good to know that she does have she has, you know, Faze Banks
Who's-
on her side,
yeah.
and that's like this is how I became familiar with. This is like the first clip I ever saw of Faze Banks.
I mean, he's certainly a Chet Hanks type.
He's with Keemstar and Adam 22 and Lil Xan at the time. This is
Titans of industry.
Yeah.
2017.
These are
and they're-
podcast entertainment tycoons.
Experience.
Yeah.
I
Straight
know,
up.
like it's tough, and you definitely know, and you know, it's tough to find real fucking people in what we do. There's fake people everywhere.
It's LA.
There's people who are with you here.
Fake LA. I just got a new condo. I threw a couple house parties. All I saw was just the fake LA bitches.
Dude, a room full of people who actually love you is fucking always
That's
gonna
way
be
different than
better.
a room.
Why
full of
Adam
sharks
22
that
look
are
so
hungry as
scared?
fuck.
A house.
Clout sharks, man. This clout shit is funny. Fake LA. Fake LA bitches. This clout shit is funny.
I didn't mean to find I wanted to find the regular clip. It's
But
all
we
these
felt
fucking
it.
edits, but you get the you get the gist.
They're
But
just talking real shit.
so yeah, so like Faze Banks, he's on the first episode back, which we shouldn't have. We should see it when they want us to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it leaked. I watched the full episode.
Okay.
What'd you think?
I mean, I'm operating in good faith here. I do think that I don't think Haliey is some kind of Machiavellian
No.
villain.
No. She's a podcaster.
She's a mere cog in the machine. She's a victim of circumstance.
Yes.
And she was sort of thrust into a position that I don't think she was the figurehead
Yeah.
here. But there's
I mean, I think it's also important to remember that she's very much like a trailblazer. She's an industry disruptor in the
Yeah.
podcasting space, and with every disruptor comes a lot of enemies. And I think a lot of people in the space are out to get her, and that's also something to consider. I mean, these snipers could be financed by other big podcasters in the industry right now.
And I mean, these are
wow.
these are hitmen.
Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah.
like these snipers.
yeah,
Not guns, but involved by the. These are not guys with like 50 cows.
yeah, we're talking
Yeah.
crypto here.
Okay, I just wanted to
Yeah.
reiterate, make sure.
Now, crypto sniper. What, like in layman's terms, what would you guys describe that as?
I don't fully. I was gonna ask you.
It's like a pirate type vibe, I'm guessing. Like a guy coming in,
Do they
swooping in, fucking
it's
up your...
some kind of like
Your
how does it, I don't
values?
know how that works. I just know that once the public, I just know that there's some people that
There's a
sunk
big
a lot
spike.
of their real money into Hawk Tuah
Brandon,
coin,
up and down.
but it's up.
Market's
yeah,
gonna fluctuate, man.
And I don't-
up and down.
You know how many times Microsoft went up and down just
Yeah.
in this fiscal year?
At least 2, 3.
I mean, I don't know if I don't think that anybody needs to be prosecuted here
No.
per se.
No.
No.
If you invested, you should get prosecuted.
Well, yeah, if you
whoever
fucking,
put
like,
more than
put
like,
money into
yeah,
Hawk
whoever
Tuah
put brand
coin,
into this, find
Look,
them.
We've been saying this
Yeah.
from the absolute beginning. When you're investing into a podcaster's, and I can't reiterate this enough, a podcaster's cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
your money's in good hands.
Yeah.
You don't need
Yeah.
to worry here.
right?
So from the get-go, this is like a non-thing to me.
And again, the
Yeah.
snipers are a kink
Yeah.
that are going to be worked out. I think it's just the techno crypto
Right.
space is so new and fresh.
And so this is what's exciting about this episode with Faze Banks.
Yeah.
Right? And his buddies.
Yeah.
I forget their names.
Not the Face Clan.
They
that's his
haven't
name.
I haven't committed their names to memory.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they
But
renewed
Faze
it.
Banks- this
I
is
will. Maybe
Little something
eventually
or
I
other
will.
in them.
Once they make me,
Yeah.
you know?
Once
like
we
Faze
covered
Faze
them-
Banks is ensured that I will never forget his name.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, when we learn, when
Yeah.
we watch it, when it ever gets an authorized release, we'll
Yeah.
commit their names to memory.
And so his buddies who are in the crypto industry, they talk to her about what she can do moving forward in the crypto space, which I do. I like that they're. I like that.
Time to move past this.
Yeah.
I like as much
don't-
conversation. Yeah.
They're like, we can do it differently. We can build back better here.
Come on.
That's true.
And so they're giving her advice on how to return
BBB.
return to the
To
BBB,
prominence.
how to return back to the crypto business. And do you think that's probably sage advice, you would say?
Yeah, I think these guys are vetted professionals.
Yeah.
A man like Faze Banks, that's a guy that knows crypto.
Yeah.
And the more we talk about crypto and make it more just like everyone's familiar with it, I think that's the best thing for culture and just society at large.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind this initial coin of Haliey's was named after this fateful night, which was like an unfortunate meme with like the Hawk coin. But like, I mean, if she launched Talk coin based on her hugely successful podcasting, that might be the better route forward.
Well, I think the tricky thing with crypto too is we kind of, after that, we did a deep dive on crypto as a whole because someone launched a market for our show called Talking Talk Tuah coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it was a very similar, it like went up and then down. And
All
we're-
on Thanksgiving Day.
and
Someone had a very busy.
Yeah. And
Buying Talking Talk Tuah coin on Thanksgiving.
it shot up, shot down. And
Family got to be dead.
Yeah.
And
If you did that.
the market as a whole, when we looked at it, we were looking at all these coins, right? And we're like, oh my God, the same thing is happening.
Yeah.
So we're like, whoever's out there, please come forward.
Yeah.
Stop doing this. I don't know. We can meet in a public setting.
There's going to be hurt feelings, but I mean, what you're doing is pretty inconsiderate.
They hadn't.
I don't
reached-
know
they
why
hadn't
you're doing
reached
this.
out.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Yeah.
one person doing it because this
Yeah.
is happening to so many coins.
Yeah.
That was your
Right.
man with the hoodie on. Same guy who was making you guys' merch.
It could,
Moving
There's
the
snipers
coins.
out there. I don't know what these people's end goal is,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
The same guy who was making Talking Talk Tuah frisbees. Find them.
yeah.
Yeah.
We do have to get the FEC involved, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So please, we can meet on your terms. We can meet in a mall. We just
And so, like, how did you feel about during her sabbatical? The way the public handled it, like, I feel like it was a lot of comments like, you got to talk to a lawyer, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure you saw endless comments of this milieu, right? How did that feel for you guys?
I mean, I'd love to see her podcast with a lawyer. I'd love to have like someone from
Yeah.
all kinds of professional fields come on.
Alan
the show,
Dershowitz.
more. Yeah.
Alan Dershowitz on Talk Tuah.
Yeah.
I think it
It's
could
only
be in the cards.
a matter of time.
Yeah.
You ask me.
Yeah.
That is on my bingo card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tricky though. You see people dealing with trauma and grief online. They want to
Yeah.
like memify everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And so doing the talk to a lawyer and stuff like that, it's
Yeah.
like no one's giving her time to just like process what's happened.
Yeah.
Because it's just people dumping all their like shit and grief on her.
Right.
It's
She need to
wrong.
talk to herself about
Yeah.
what's happening. Get introspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we haven't heard anything from her, nothing from Chelsea.
Right.
And again, all this stuff is leaked, so it's like they haven't even officially commented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
And
one from
Chelsea
her
Chelsea is in the podcast later. You guys watched the leak
Yeah.
episode.
We've seen parts of it.
Yeah, I skipped around a bit. I mean, it felt wrong. It felt a little
Yeah.
bit sacrilegious to
Yeah.
be watching something like this. But yeah, I mean, I think it was just.
I mean,
more for me.
I do want to address this. She mentions in this leaked episode that Pookie himself was scammed.
Yeah.
Pookie lost money.
There's a white Pookie.
Oh, you don't know Pookie. He doesn't really know the lore.
Yeah, I kind of.
He didn't really the homework. you
Right.
know, so
That was a little.
Pookie
Pookie's-
is explain Pookie.
Yeah.
Pookie's Haley's boyfriend. He's a
Yes.
union plumber in Tennessee.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
And
Paul
they-
Bunyan type.
They were they kept it sort of, there was like a Pookie reveal. Like you didn't know who Pookie was.
Yeah.
People thought that maybe Pookie was, did people think that Pookie was Matt Rife at one point? That was like,
I think people thought Jake Paul was Pookie. There were
Yeah.
a lot of Pookie speculations.
because Matt Rife and her, they met virtually on Whitney Cummings' podcast.
Yeah.
Yes? And then Whitney Cummings is the first guest on
Talking
Talk
Tuah?
Tuah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then
I
look,
like
I'm
that type of synergy though.
I'm sure Matt Rife is someone's Pookie.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
He's gotta be.
Pookie potential.
Moms across America.
Well, what do you guys think? Like, as two comedians, you look at Matt Rife's work, and what are you thinking to yourself? You're thinking, "God damn."
Just respecting the
Yeah,
grind, the
craftsmanship,
hustle,
just getting after it.
You know,
Do you ever
Yeah.
wish he would do crowd work on you?
I dream of
Yeah.
yeah.
I could see myself front
It's-
row.
Yeah, have a few some
I could see myself
Wattpad,
down front.
some Wattpad, Matt Rife crowd work fan fiction.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you know our history. He and I, we worked it out eventually.
Wait, you guys got to focus in a little bit. I don't know
Oh,
if I
yeah,
do.
he got
Oh,
into
there
it
was-
on Twitter with this guy
There
one
was
time.
there was a back and forth, and
And they're supposed to fight at the
2016.
North Hollywood Park.
We know
North
he
Hollywood
wanted.
Rec Center.
He wanted to fight at North Hollywood Park.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
This
guys
Twitter
said
exchange ends with this.
What started it all?
You don't gotta pull it up. We
search,
gon' yeah,
don't
it's all
Google
right.
this.
Yeah, it's
John.
okay. Please don't.
No, we're not here to talk about this.
Yeah, that's just we
We're
just
not here to
filling
talk
them in.
about
We don't
this.
need to. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that did take place.
we're not here to look. We don't.
And
we
that
don't
was
need
it.
To, we don't
And
need
then
to
it
get
kinda
into
kept-
it. But
yeah.
Look,
we did eventually. We had lunch once.
You
Okay.
We did
did.
have lunch.
Nice.
Yeah, we had lunch and we talked it through.
at Sweet Green?
Because people, it was at actually he came to, and this is kind of a gang move on his part.
Yeah.
He came to Silver Lake.
Oh,
Got a
that's
burger
sweet.
Came
in
down.
Silver Lake. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Did
nice.
he pull up with
Um,
a posse of like crowd work guys?
no. It was
Team
this
Dolo.
is
101.
this is like sort of this is pre crowd work. Matt.
Okay.
This
What
is
was the
really,
meta before crowd work, really?
What's that?
What was like the stand-up scene kind of like before the crowd work? Was
I
it more
forgot.
just people doing
Yeah,
like
it's
jokes?
not
like
even-
I
jokes
forgot
and
what
stuff?
I forgot what it was like.
It was jokes,
yeah.
but then it was people complaining about having to do jokes.
Well, yeah, it's well.
There was
I
a
don't-
little bit of that.
So you'd have to write your own
You'd have to like
material?
write. Yeah, you'd have to.
you'd have to like
there's a
write
lot
a few
of
jokes.
structured set of
Yeah,
punchlines.
yeah.
But the crowd could
stories.
help you out with your jokes and stuff, right?
In theory, yeah. I mean,
Like
I
when
guess,
they laugh, when they don't.
Well, it was like, who was the first comedian to destroy a heckler? Was it Steve Hofstetter?
I would have
guy's
said Paula
great.
Poundstone.
That guy's
In
awesome.
my head, I was going Paula Poundstone.
But you always
right
go.
there.
But
I always go Paula
But
Poundstone.
literally, like we're talking like
actual
comedian
shoot-
destroys heckler
like
on,
obliterate.
online.
That had to be Hofstetter.
That's
Actually,
like a Hofstetter. I think it can be traced back to Hofstetter, but
Like, he went
it
to town
wasn't.
on them.
But Matt made it sexy.
Yeah, yeah. Because
But
wasn't nobody sexy doing that.
But no, we did get lunch once. We did get lunch.
That's
And we
incredible.
talked about it because there was basically the way it happened is I was just sort of like, and I was a younger man. You know, I was 23. I was a little more brash online.
Yeah.
You
I
could say
posted
that.
a couple like, duck face like selfies that he would. He's like got the DSLs.
He's a hunk.
He's a hunk.
Yeah.
He's a
Come on,
hunk.
this guy's a
Beefcake.
milk
And
destroyer.
I
That's what he is.
posted. I posted like 4 photos from his Instagram. It's like super like.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of like hashtags like.
Which I want to be clear.
Which you should
This
use.
is not a special thing just for Matt Rife. Brandon has been doing this to guys.
I
He's
was
not
like,
the
fine-
only guy
I was
to
like,
get that.
Okay.
but I was like shit talking kind of casually at that time, and
Right.
he wasn't playing that. He's all about respect, and
Because that's what comedy
so
is
he
about.
was like,
He uses his
It's one
please
of
and
the
thank yous
foundations
when he
of
destroys
comedy is
hecklers.
respect.
absolutely, and he sort of. We had like sort of a back and forth where he wanted to fight me, and I was like, I want to kiss you, whatever.
Right.
And it was a back and forth, whatever. People were at the time being like, Brandon, you won the internet, whatever. Years later now we know
You can't win
where
the internet.
we know where the journey took everybody, and he's one of the most famous guys.
He's doing crowd work in arenas.
And so
Crazy.
he, eventually people started digging through his old tweets and pulling up, past stuff,
brash text.
yes.
Yeah.
And trying to cancel the guy.
Oh God.
Which was never my intent. I was just like, oh, look at this. Oh, these
guy who's
duck
having
face
fun
stuff.
online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Did he bring it up at the
And
lunch?
so, yeah, no, we talked about it. I was like, I didn't want any of that to happen. I was just making fun of these like corny selfies, whatever. And he's like, yeah, my agents make me do that.
Oh,
His agents.
He was like, they're like, I don't want to
Someone's
post these.
pulling the strings.
He's
with
in
Yes.
the he's in the hopper,
Which
man.
now maybe I'm getting a little too inside, but at
Yeah.
the time he was like, I don't want to post like hot photos of me with my shirt off, like,
He's
but
trying to
God has
survive.
forced my hand.
He wants to
Right.
save that.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
himself.
So yeah, we had a meal, and
Did you guys split the check?
Worked
or how'd
it out.
how'd that go
Yeah.
down?
I think we split the check. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
I mean, these days he's
Mob style.
He could have me murdered now.
So you've been doing this thing where you post other guys' posts. Do you consider that to be like a bit of like a digital crowd work on other comedians?
That is kind of I kind of was doing. Like I was kind of doing digital crowd work.
Just getting to know them.
Yeah.
On an online.
But I
platform.
guess the thing is, it's well, yeah, but he was not. He didn't pay tickets.
Okay. Yeah.
He didn't pay for tickets to the.
Yeah. That's an important step.
To the crowd work. So that was my bad. It's not, it's not something I would do now. We worked it out.
Now,
you got a burger.
Did Matt Rife go through the kind of the traditional, more like groundlings, like improv route to comedy, or was he always just kind of like
he was always a stand-up
going to like
guy.
open
he was Laugh Factory guy. I remember he was at the
club guy in the mix.
Yeah, I think that's how we ended up meeting. Is we were on the same. It was we had our Twitter beef, tete-a-tete.
Yeah, and
then I think a couple months later I was on the same show as him at the Laugh Factory.
Wow.
They posted the lineup. He's like, he tweets. He didn't tweet about it. But I knew he
was hyped as hell.
It was message received. He's like, I just saw something that pissed me off. But I was trying to stay cool about it. And it was like a couple of minutes after they posted the lineup, I go, that's probably about me.
Oh.
We meet at the show. Because he the day that we had the Twitter beef, he was like, come fight me at North Hollywood Park at 4 p.m.
Damn.
Now, at that time, I didn't have a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't live near North Hollywood. I'm like,
you're not showing up on a Lime scooter. Bro.
I have
tough to get out there.
Yeah.
Like, I got to pay $30 to go to North Hollywood.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I will say, even back then, he definitely could, like, he posted these boxing videos, and I would have gotten crowd worked. In a bad way.
Something about it makes me feel like
he would have beat my ass.
I feel like you would just shell up. You could take one punch and then kind of.
I could get scrappy, but
armadillo.
He is like I know that he's a good boxer.
Yeah.
And so I sort of
comedy leads people to this boxing. Yeah. That's actually a fact. A lot of big time comedians box.
But yeah, I know that he's I harbor no ill will.
You wouldn't get in the cage with him today.
But I would, I know not to hop in the cage with him. Yeah. I did see him on, I was tuning into The View.
Okay.
I didn't even do this on purpose. I just had The View. The View was
he just
on.
watches The View.
Uh-huh.
And he was a guest, and he was promoting his book. He was promoting his book, Your Mom's Gonna Love Me.
His novella, yeah.
That's a perfect demographic.
He has a memoir. Where it's, and I think it's like him holding a mic on the cover, and he's like,
"Oh, he did the I don't know to him."
But or maybe he did. Maybe he does know. Maybe he's like a little.
I think probably we saw it at Barnes and. It's taking over Barnes and Nobles nationwide.
Yeah. But yeah, he has really. He's tapped into a market that he's holding it. It's self-assured. He's got the mic stand.
Nice.
He's got the mic.
Your mom's gonna love me.
Yeah.
What do you think that means?
Well, that means she wrote him a love note after she got piped.
And like, make no mistake.
You called him the MILF Destroyer, right?
Yeah.
MILF got destroyed.
Yeah. He's into MILFs.
Make no mistake, the me on that title is pointing to him.
Yeah.
So it's pretty. I mean, that's just incredible branding.
And so he has, and on The View, there's probably new MILFs.
Yeah. Waiting to
new MILFs finding out about him.
This year's classic
untapped MILFs, seeing that
his agents knocked it out of the park with that booking.
Untapped MILFs, one of my favorite websites.
I do think that he has sort of like, I think that there's a lot of like women of a certain age that are going to the show, and they're like, I paid the ticket cost, and now I've entered the sweepstakes for getting piped.
Yeah.
Piped down. So there's like
Matt Rife might fuck me out of an oven.
They got a mop, the mop costs at these shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For him to work the crowd out of these women.
Wet MILF pussy.
Do you guys think there's a correlation between getting crowd worked on? Like, if he picks you for crowd work, do you think that heightens your chance to then meet up with him later in the night?
Or is he dismissing you right away, essentially?
Because he's like, I don't
on
want
the
to cross that
chemistry.
line.
It depends on how well we dance.
Yeah.
If the lambada hits,
Yeah.
we might have to,
Yeah.
do the Roomba.
That's interesting because he probably has to like. Do you have to draw a line? You know,
like this is just for
Where it's
TikTok.
like-
This is just an awesome TikTok like video.
well, yeah, it's like if you do crowd work on somebody, is it unethical to then sort of use
Get
that
into that.
power imbalance?
Pursue that.
Because if you're doing crowd work on a dripping wet MILF,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just God
Yeah.
showing you your purpose.
Well, I think they should have signs where it's like when you go to SeaWorld and it says like splash zone. Like there's a crowd work zone. Like if you're sitting in a certain area,
Right.
you're gonna get dunked on hard. And
The ponchos are going to come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was sort of he's like a big part of the sort of like pod transition for Haliey, right? Because there was because he called in when she was on Whitney Cummings' podcast, and then Whitney was the first guest on Haley's podcast, and she has a Matt Rife pillow. Yes.
Yeah.
She
Like
does,
a body pillow?
As
Full
do,
size?
as do I.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's about this big.
Which is
like
official. That's official merch.
It's like the
That
Hulk
is
Hogan
official,
pillow from back in the day. Are we talking like it's like
Yeah.
6 feet tall?
No, it's just this big. It was like $50 online.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with
Shipped
it.
within
Hold it
a
in your
week.
hands.
Pretty awesome. It's
Yeah.
like in
Well,
the
now
shape.
you're
It's like in the
getting into,
shape
like,
of.
bootleg
It's shaped like
It's
him.
like
Oh,
literally-
it's that
Oh,
first
it's a
one.
body
Or
pillow.
no,
This is
no,
a big
down-
enough market that there are people.
Go on Matt Rife
Look, there's
comedy.
unauthorized
Yeah.
merch for him too.
Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Oh, Mercari. Oh.
That is it. Don't buy it from a reseller.
Yeah.
Buy it directly from Matt so
Yeah.
he gets
Hey,
the profit.
get that merch off.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one that Cam bought, and it's a nice addition to our show.
So they have it on the original on Talk Tuah.
Yeah.
Haley
And
has
She
it,
has
yeah.
one.
I mean-
and he hasn't been on yet. He's
Kind of been their muse in a way.
right,
And
but
look-
he's sort of a character from afar.
Yeah. And Matt
He's
Rife
a part
is
of the
actually-
lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting for Sweet, waiting for the
Yeah.
big. You know what I mean?
Matt Rife is the center of the biggest disagreement Cam and I have when approaching Talk Tuah, because I mean Cam sees him as a better suitor for Haliey than perhaps Pookie, but I am on Team Pookie fully.
I mean, I don't want to speculate too much on who this young woman should be dating, but to me, if you're a celebrity, I think having a celebrity power couple is cool, because also it's like there is a
Right.
power imbalance where it's like if you're dating someone super famous,
Yeah.
and then you're not really online, like that is kind of a tricky thing to, especially when you're young,
Yeah.
Pookie's probably dealing with a lot
right? Yeah.
at the office wherever he's working.
And look, I mean Matt Rife is fucking hilarious, and it's got to be tough to know that he's like maybe breathing down Haley's neck, and I mean you have to work at the plumbing company.
It is tricky though, thinking about like what your life could be like dating Matt, where it's like you just wake up in bed every day next to him just laughing your ass off.
Right.
Like just looking
Yeah.
at that guy and giggling.
Yeah.
Right.
Which sounds
Yeah.
like a joy until your abs until you start to feel like you did a bunch of
right.
crunches.
Like, would you guys
feel me?
ever
Yeah.
be roommates with Matt, do you think? If you got the chance.
Yeah, you know, I could see us at a little 1.5 bed down in K-Town.
Oh, like you would be like stressful because you're like cracking up.
Yeah,
You're cracking
so
up.
like
Too much. He might be
nonstop.
doing. He might like.
Doing bits on you.
Yeah.
He's
But
actually
but
playing
wrestling-
too much.
crowd work
He
on
doesn't
you.
just
Playing
do
too much.
I don't know if you watched the special,
We
but he does the big closer. He's like, I wouldn't be here right now if I wasn't. Oh, I sold out this crowd tonight, and then he was like, but I guess I just do crowd work,
Blah.
and then he drops the mic.
Like,
So he knows
Yeah,
that
yeah.
she's
Let
listening
him
to.
know.
He hears
Let
the
him
streets
know.
are saying. Yeah.
Because that was like a moment. That was like a moment. Then we don't forget. We all remember where we were when we heard Matt say, "But I guess I just do crowd work."
Where were you?
And then dropped the
You were
mic.
just at the crib, or were you
Yeah,
watching
at
like
my
at a bar?
apartment.
He was
Yeah.
at the crib. He was at the
Yeah, I remember where I was. I was at my apartment.
yeah.
And you were just chuckling like a motherfucker.
Well, I was clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He
because
just
that was
owned
like
everyone.
because he closes with that,
Yeah.
and it's like that's not. It's triumphant.
Yeah.
It's triumphant because
bravado.
Yeah.
like there's people.
It's the big plie.
He's-
It's the big
he is
ballerina. It's
the-
big.
He's a
720.
recipient of a lot of sort of bad faith, dismissal.
Yeah.
Criticism, right?
Which I hate to see.
Right.
People
and-
online are always going to be negative about like shit that's actually good.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
it's like he's dealt with haters,
Yeah.
and at one point I was like, I was
Yeah.
You were in that
You
bid.
Getting ready
you
to
were
fight
on
him.
team
You
not
know?
Matt Rife.
You were over
but
there.
he drops this special, he does the, you know, he's doing his jokes, and then at the end, yeah. But I guess I just do crowd work.
Fucking banger.
And then they give you a little crowd work during the credits, but it's not the special.
Yeah. The special itself.
The special itself is, you know, he's doing his stuff.
Yeah. It's a self-contained body of work.
He's I think he talks about like crystal girls and you know.
He gives everyone a run for their
some
money.
of the there's like a lot of these females in LA are kind of into horoscope and
stuff
like that.
Yeah.
But at the end he shuts him, because I was like, well, before he says that line, I was like, man, this guy just does. Yeah. I feel like this guy just does crowd work.
Oh, right.
Like, but I guess I just do crowd work. Drops the mic.
It kind of
like before I watched the special, I was like, man, this guy just does crowd work. And then I watched the special. He does an hour of material. Yeah. And then at the end he goes, but I guess I just do crowd work. And then I kind of.
You had to do a 180.
I remember my jaw hit the floor.
You're like, am I the crowd?
I took a sip. I spit.
Did you get work?
The water. I fainted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I fainted. I got the vapors.
Damn.
Do you feel that way every time you see like Instagram reel of his crowd work? Because I feel like his crowd work is the only crowd work that deserves to be online without, like, if he didn't put captions on it, I'd still watch it.
Right.
Well, I want to see more. Yeah. I don't get any of it, which is nuts. And I'm not bullshitting when I say this. We're having fun comedy podcast, but he's on my radio station. Like, if you look up Jamel Johnson, Spotify, Jamel Johnson Radio, Matt Rife is there, but I don't get any of his reels.
He's inescapable.
Yeah.
But why don't I get that? I don't even want to escape.
He is.
Give me more.
We got to fix your algorithm.
You know,
just let us in there. We'll swipe a couple and we'll get.
Thanks, bro.
We'll get him.
Nah, for real, because
he
don't give me half the puzzle. Show me the
culturally,
whole bit, you know what I'm saying?
Like he has ascended to monoculture in a way that few ever will.
Yeah. He's an apex comedian.
Nah, that's a perfect description.
He is
great shit.
And you know,
good shit.
At the end of the day, he's
king of the jungle.
He's a hustler. Comedy. He's a big dog.
Yeah.
And
I hear hustler music when I see him.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, hustler music.
Just pay what I remember I remember that he walks out to many men wish death upon me.
Love that song.
You think that was about you?
I did have I was like, I was like, is that me?
You're a piece
of talking about me? I don't know. Is he talking about me?
That's about you. The MILF part, all that.
And he sort of brought up. He's like, there's a guy that we know from DC that's now way more famous than us. That was like his opener, and he's sort of blown up.
Didn't have to mention the fame part, but he's. Yeah.
And this is his circle of openers and road dogs. I'm assuming these are all crowd work guys. Tried and true.
They're working the crowd in various ways.
Yeah, Martin Amini has blown up.
He's doing more of like a love connection thing than a what do you do for? Well, he's asking you, what do you do for a living? Will you kiss someone who does that for a living?
He'll bring up singles from the crowd.
Yeah.
And then the
changing
crowd will
the
chant
dynamic.
Like,
that's cool.
beso.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then they kiss and everybody goes crazy and they make a love connection. Oh. And stand-up's just in a really good spot.
I mean, that's what we need
today. And it's like this is Martin
Two girls hook up comedy.
That's good stuff. I don't know. I haven't seen two girls hook up
in a comedic sense.
Should we check this out?
I guess we can check this out.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and say let's just leave it. You feel it.
I don't know.
We can watch
you
it when we get
you
home.
feel it. It says comedy in parentheses.
I'll watch it. Because
I don't even want to hear.
Now, gentlemen, first
we gotta cut it. I don't even want to hear. We gotta cut it.
Now, I think the hashtags say everything. Right? Hashtag crowd work, hashtag funny, and then hashtag stand up.
Gentlemen, your intuition, your instincts, correct?
Artful 19. There's a typo. The editor should
We can watch it when we get home.
Yeah, that's somewhere at home.
Comedy is.
I didn't want to.
He's doing lemon.
That's a
party
funny
stuff.
title at least. Hey, he worked the title.
Yeah, that title is.
Come on.
Comedy.
Yeah, it was
I bet
pretty
it grabs
neat.
your eye.
Yeah. I'm entitled to say the
Parentheses
least.
comedy.
Yeah.
These guys are
But like, this is like, that's your man.
Listen, that's my man. But I also would love it if he was on my. I still don't understand how Matt Rife. Why isn't Martin Amini on my radio? It should be Jamel.
I don't know
you
if
like
it's
Jamel
Spotify.
Johnson.
You're dealing with, I don't know, fucking Spotify.
You gonna love these
But
Bezos.
So, to circle back to Hawk Tuah.
Yeah.
To Talk Tuah. Sorry. I
Haliey
don't.
Right.
It's, hashtag say her name.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, with our show, we've never brought up. I mean, we try to keep it minimal with that fateful night.
Yeah.
I think people want to reduce her to that, and it's like, I think she can go toe to toe with a lot of people podcasting right now, and honestly, give them a run for their money.
Yeah.
So.
A couple years in, she's like a couple years in.
She has great communication. She does.
Well, I mean, you've been both in podcasting for a while. Do you think either of you could feel comfortable sitting down with like Mark Cuban for an episode?
That's
like, what kind of questions would you ask Mark?
Honestly,
Cuban
and it's like I would like to think that I have a lot in common with him. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it would be weird after like 20 minutes.
I think I could figure it out.
Would you ask him what kind of dogs he has?
Does she do that?
Yeah. And we got to learn what kind of dogs he has.
And also, I mean, it's not even
that.
it's not even billionaires. It's just she's also interviewing like young, social media entrepreneurs like Josh Richards.
Yeah.
You guys know him?
Oh, I'm not familiar.
He talked about his 3 favorite sports on the podcast.
Michael Richards.
This guy Josh Richards is incredible.
Yeah, who's Josh Richards? Oh, what is
He's
the
Barstool Podcast Network?
Well, that's
Go back real quick. Okay, it's fine. I'll just look at it later.
Yeah, but this guy...
he's a businessman.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he does social media. I think he's only 22.
He looks like he has a strong business acumen.
Yeah.
You can tell by the
5'11".
cheekbones.
Oh, wow.
I mean, this is just a cornucopia of incredible content.
Oh, what's he?
He kind of walked like a pirate. He got a little bit of he had a little bit of a side to side.
Krusty Krab,
Like he's swashbuckling.
Okay, so who's?
Krusty Krab.
Oh, they're doing the sponge Krusty Krab
Well,
pizza.
this what makes him a pro is that they clearly recorded this in the same location. Like, they can go idea to idea, execute them.
Okay, so that's all right.
Okay.
Now imagine getting this guy's 3 favorite sports out of him on a podcast. That's the kind of shit
so
I'm into.
That's tough work.
That's what I'm into.
I would guess one is basketball because it is, but I'm not sure.
Wait, so they have like
that's actually one out of
That's
3.
one of them?
Do you want to guess the other
Damn.
2?
I'm feeling
They
clairvoyant.
have,
Okay. Lacrosse and tax fraud.
what do they get in? What do they get
Tax fraud
into?
not a sport? My bad.
Hockey and football.
And then he
That's
adds on golf. He actually gave a 4th because this
Wow.
guy, he's a master conversationalist. He's on a podcast. He's gonna go the extra mile.
But he doesn't fuck with baseball.
No.
He just wasn't
it's
raised
kinda-
to play
okay.
baseball.
Baseball's
I get
kind of
that.
though. I'm like,
What
you're
do
never
they-
really scoring in it.
Yeah, what do they end up getting into?
Well, she also asked his hot take. What big hot take is that he thinks milk and pizza do go together. Like
Okay.
it's good to drink milk while eating pizza.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk to this guy sometime. I mean,
No, absolutely.
I don't know-
imagine being the 4th guy there.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I could get out of him. I mean, I feel like I already know basically.
So much.
Like, do you what like play that back, John? Oh my god. So just like imagine, because you can see it,
Right.
You're like, you
There's
see
a
that
space
little,
for a
there's
fourth
like
guy.
that little space,
Right in the nook in the
I'd
back.
love to see
and
them
just
in the-
imagine being in there with these beautiful.
You would probably get to
boys.
slide in the frame right at the
Yeah.
end.
being
And they
in
would
the-
slide out of the way for you?
Yeah.
Being in the next West Side Story adaptation with them. I mean,
What else do we have? What other videos are in here? Do they oh,
the Sway Boys, yeah.
okay. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this guy he's like just sort of like
Man about social media.
yeah. He does like dances and he's like
he stays up to date on the trends. I mean,
okay, yeah.
he knows how to. I'm sure within no time he'll be a billionaire off of social media.
Yeah.
The guy knows how to surf the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we should talk about the Club Random episode.
Yeah.
Which so that was sort of during the break. You like had to go elsewhere.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was more like we decided Haliey, we'd run out of episodes of Haley's to cover, and we're like, well, let's see what other podcast appearances she's had. So we covered Bill Maher, and then we did that. And it's just like, it didn't feel right, and now we're kind of like stepping away to maybe cover other shows in the meantime. We know it seems like she's coming back, whether this unauthorized release of an episode is a hint to that or what.
Watching the Club Random episode, did you feel protective at all?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Cam more so than me. I mean, I think he helped open my eyes to how some of the things that Bill brought up weren't okay. Cam reminded me of past conversations on Talk Tuah episodes where the guests had talked about Bill Maher in a not so shiny light.
Holly Madison, who is a former Playboy Mansion bunny, said that she spotted Bill Maher at a couple parties.
Bill Maher loved the Playboy Mansion.
He was at the Grotto?
Yeah. He was there. Okay. Yeah. And I mean, it's interesting because I was talking about it in our breakdown that some of the camera angles, like the side angles, it almost looks like you're looking in through a window. Yeah. Like there's all this shit blocking it as if it's like...
That's our, we call that the random shot.
That shot isn't...
Yeah. Frame within a frame.
This is what I felt like.
That one shot that feels like you like walked
You're
into
like a peeping Tom.
Yeah, you walked into like the wrong room.
And the thing is, I think...
I'm going to send you a picture to...
Yeah, he knows. We tried to set our shit up like that.
A visual reference here.
Yeah.
It's a high production value. But I think
harnesses get involved. It's like a lot.
Yeah. I think that gives him an element of protection though, because then sometimes if he gets on a risque topic... They're almost like I'm the pervert for kind of stooping in and watching this. He's having a personal conversation.
Yeah.
You know,
it really is. It's.
I'm talking to my man about 25-year-old ass. Why are you here?
See that shot? It's like through a window.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's
look at that. You're peeking in.
Yeah. That's the random. That's the big random.
You're peeking in the club.
I love when they do that.
Yeah.
And I've seen Brandon when they cut to this shot, he'll actually stand and applaud.
I fucking love.
Yeah. He'll pump his fist like Michael Jordan.
And it's that Game 6. It is like
real.
You know, you are when you're at Club Random, it's not really. You're in Bill's fucking house.
Yeah. They get into some locker room. They get into some locker room talk. Let's put all the cards on the table. They do.
Yeah. And well, he is talking at you.
Yeah.
For sure. You're in Bill's domain. And he does feels like a very predatory interview. That one with Haliey.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the Holly Madison Bill Maher thing?
Well, she was on Talk Tuah.
She was on Talk Tuah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talking, but I guess we're just a little protective of like that's the thing again. It's like you have Haliey, you have this girl that she would be waking up at like 2 a.m, 2 a.m. 5 times a week to go to her job at the Spring Factory in Tennessee.
Yes.
Like she had a full-on life. She was raised by her grandma.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too...
What was she?
Granny. And, it's like she has such an interesting life to talk about, but then she goes on
she tries hooking up her granny with Bill Maher.
Yeah, Bill's
and Bill Maher's like, let it be known.
Never been more disgusting.
I really hate
old pussy.
Bill
she might be a little too old for Bill.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like you have so much to talk to Haliey about, and then he's just going to sit there and say, we have to move away from the sexual thing, but then he keeps diving back into it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, Bill, what are you trying to do here?
What is she, at some point, she's like...
She kind of called him out for it.
Yeah, he was like, oh, so is that like daddy?
Yeah.
What
he refers to himself as daddy.
Yes. Yeah. In response to, what was it? Like, I forget the line, but she was like, oh, yeah, you're kind of old, whatever. And he's like, oh, so like,
I could be your daddy or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's like, oh, I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, the whole time he's just ashing his cigar. I mean, at one point, we caught this one moment.
The drops in the...
Yeah, there's a moment where he goes and cuts it with the kitchen scissors and like a piece like flies into his lap. And it was pretty embarrassing.
He's making a mess in his area. His area is a pigsty.
Yeah.
You have Haliey sitting there watching him drink after drink.
Yeah.
And I don't want to call him out and say there's a problem, but it's like maybe we need to get a lot of comedians in the scene, veteran podcasters, sit down with him and say, Bill, what's going on?
Right.
Because you're drinking throughout the entire podcast.
Yeah. The veteran podcasters
we did an episode of this podcast where we covered the episode where it's Bill talks to kids.
Yeah.
There's an episode where he talks.
He's banging drink. He went from Talk Tuah to actual kids.
These are these are like the worst parents in Los Angeles.
Yeah, somebody's parents
sending their kids into Bill Maher's page. But he's like,
they got some great content out of it though, right?
Yeah, Lord knows. He's making a lot of like very.
He's getting to college with that clip.
That's
at one point he's talking to this like 7-year-old girl. Like, yeah, so you used to be a man, right? You used to be a boy. She's like, what?
Yeah.
What are you?
Why would you say
I thought
that?
all of you kids are transitioning now. Oh, you were born a girl? Oh, whatever your kink is.
I think you got some wires crossed. I mean,
that guy's out of his gourd. But he's always got like whiskey under. He had whiskey on him while he was talking to
with
these
the kids.
He's drunk. He's like fucking.
Yeah, he's a little loose with the kids.
Showing up drunk.
What do you think his pronouns are? Is it something cool like "fuck you"?
Yeah.
Like I feel like he would
I
have
feel
some
like
funny
he-
pronouns.
Surely he gets into pronouns in the newest special.
I'm sure.
Okay.
He has. He dropped one that was called #adulting, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember
missed
the
that.
title, but I did not watch it. I ain't
Bill
gonna lie.
Maher's special.
Missed the homework on that one
But
too.
it is
man.
interesting that
it's
his-
been a bad semester for me.
His
What was
title
the last? What was the last one?
#adulting.
What was his last HBO special?
He was wearing transition lenses.
He had one.
That's a little symbolism.
Well, why does he not have parentheses comedy next to his?
Oh,
podcast?
is anyone else?
Well,
see
because
it?
he's just from the old guard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's not
he's not the
thinking.
new wave.
He doesn't know the new waves. Parentheses comedy. That's how we know that it's funny.
Do you guys feel like the podcast scene, like you see this like new wave coming in, and like these kind of like the old guard fading out a little bit, or do you think? It's still as
MD
strong as
Foodie
ever?
Boyz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is actually, I'm glad you brought this up because we're fans.
Yeah.
And
Us, both of us.
I guess I'm a fan of MD Foodie Boyz.
Listen, I'm
Are
a
you
fan
not?
by proxy.
You don't claim that?
I think if I was in the room with the Foodie Boys, if I was to say I was a fan, I would feel like I was lying to them.
I love the MD Foodie Boyz, man. And
I don't want to lie to the Foodie Boys like that.
I know that the Talking Talk Tuah guys love them as well. And
Look,
I heard you have an announcement.
Well, yeah. I mean, as we've been a companion podcast to Haliey's show. I mean, these are boys that are companion podcast to food in general, and I think what's another step beyond that is to talk about their discussions about food, their love for food, the way they rank it, the choices they make in describing certain foods, and so I think we're definitely interested in looking into their episodes and
breaking news.
We're gonna look into it. I mean, we're looking to cover a lot of different podcasts coming forward, but something about the way like we watched their full length episode because we were on these guys since that first one dropped,
right?
Yeah, and we've
and
had
a lot
them on
of
our
people
radar.
are just seeing the clips. I watched the full.
You
episode.
watched the episodes.
Yeah, I'm watching the full episodes.
And the episodes, the editing of it is so fast paced. There's such a feeling, like a fleeting moment, right? With these, it's so like spontaneous.
I mean, you remember where you were the first time? It was like top five candies.
That graphics
like,
pack.
Boom. I was at my apartment when
they
you
have a
watched
sick
the
it.
transition
graphic comes
pack.
in.
Yeah.
Their transition pack is insane.
And they have the Lazy Susan. I mean, the production quality on this show is really impressive.
Yeah.
They're in a full on studio. I don't know who's funding this.
Yeah.
If it's a school
Moms
project.
and them.
Like they're not sponsored by Better, so that is interesting. Like I don't know
Yeah.
if they have a sponsor that they aren't disclosing.
But I feel like this is the future of like school too, where it's like there used to be like AV clubs,
Right,
and stuff. So it's now like you're gonna have podcasting clubs because that is just the future of media.
And what have they covered so far? They covered their favorite candies.
Yeah, chicken
How old
sandwiches.
is too old to eat to trick or treat? Chicken sandwiches, vegetables. They got into one of the kids had never tried celery.
Yeah,
and
that was
so
a
he does in
watershed
episodes-
moment for me.
Yeah,
in the series. Yeah.
it's a big.
yeah.
I imagine it was pretty big.
yeah.
I mean, where do you think
pretty
they
seminal.
Where do you
Missed the
think they
homework, but I
take
got
it
to imagine.
next?
The Foodie Boyz.
Yeah, they did wings the last episode. I
Yeah.
believe was chicken wings.
I mean,
My guess is cereal.
I don't know if they're old enough.
Yeah.
Take us to the morning. Bring us back.
Yeah.
To the foundation, the source.
I'd like to see them step inside the ring with soda.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I don't know.
on
Oh
food
yes,
right now.
because
Right.
it has been all.
It is a food
They haven't
product,
talked
yeah.
to Bevs.
But
You
like,
need a
are they
bed
old
with
enough?
what you're eating.
Yeah.
Are they old enough to drink coffee? I'd love to hear their favorite like coffee shops.
I don't know
But
if
yeah,
they're ready for
any kind of
coffee.
beverages would be really exciting to throw out.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? I mean,
No, they should talk about soda for sure.
I mean, they could be. This is next gen hot wings, right? Or what?
Hot ones?
Hot ones.
Hot ones.
with
Yeah.
Sean Evans.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like you have. There's like.
Thank you for searching hot ones, John.
Yeah. Why did you say?
There's,
He just had that up. He just closed the tab. He had that
well, I
up.
wasn't sure if it was like Evan Sean's. But
Evan
just
Sean.
Nah, Evan
Sean
Sean's,
Evans.
that's a
Sean
Scottish
Evans.
man.
But that's-
He was minding
that's-
his business.
That's where the Foodie Boyz I think really have everyone's eye right now because it's like they're pretty apolitical.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're not taking in
Hard to
millions
be-
of
And it's
dollars.
like
Hard to be right
it's
now.
not celebs promoting their project.
No, it's the everyman
Yeah.
commenting on like
Yeah.
fast food chains.
Yeah.
This is shit that I want to see on my feed. It's that and
Right.
crowd work.
Telling us what's good and
Yeah.
what's not as good.
Right.
No, they
Yeah.
describe a lot of stuff as good. So it's hard. Like, I think if they could get a little bit more descriptive, that
Oh,
would be
right.
on my
Yeah.
wish list.
Well, they're not there. They're not in that part of English yet, but they're going to get them. That's coming.
Yeah.
You just got to wait for like next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got like a ranking system at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can work with
It's
that.
Pretty sophisticated.
It's not just pass fail, but they're getting there. It's
They're
we're only on episode 2.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any world in which their older brothers are putting them up to this? Because it's such a high
almost
production
definitely.
value.
I mean, it's
In my head,
Yeah.
there's no older brothers.
No.
or parents.
Maybe some sisters. There's definitely parents.
Because we've played it. We played it on we played this last week. They sent a cameo.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the way it's edited. There's folks pulling the strings.
Okay.
They have some money behind them. I don't know how many
Yes.
investors and
Yeah.
how much capital they have.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they've got a full studio, all this
Yeah.
equipment. I mean, I don't know. My allowance couldn't afford that in middle school.
No.
these
maybe
guys
I could
are,
call
these
of
guys
Duty
are
every
doing
3
chores
months.
like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
That was by the way, have you watched any of Talk Tuah?
I watched these crypto clips.
Okay, yeah.
But the
watched
crazy
the
thing,
clip-
the crypto stuff is again like to me that's like the
That's
least.
not even the.
That's
and I
not
saw
even-
you guys clip talking about her
and
hanging
Wiz-
with her
so
homegirl.
what's a shame is that Wiz Khalifa kind of warned her,
Yeah.
and they talk about that in the leaked episode, and they do a flashback.
Man.
They do a flashback to the Wiz Khalifa
Yeah.
episode where he's like, "Be careful about what you put your name on," and then
Wiz tried.
Yeah.
Everything-
He really did.
went down after that. But the Wiz Khalifa episode, you guys, I saw some of your breakdown of that.
Yeah.
Where,
They asked Wiz the same
yeah,
question. twice.
Haley
They
Haley
framed it in a
asked,
different a
asks,
little bit.
what's the weirdest thought you've had while high?
And
And
he's-
then later Chelsea asks, what's the craziest thought
Craziest,
you've had
yeah.
while you're high? But he had a different answer for
Yeah.
it.
The one was
Yeah, because one day you could be weird and crazy, and
And what were the
Yeah, the weird
was
I
that?
think was just like he was at Coachella I think with his mom, and the thought was just like, oh, I used to be connected to her, and then the craziest thought he'd ever had while high was that he could become a famous rapper, which was kind of inspiring.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But again, it was
again,
like this
Yeah.
dubious
Here
kind
to
of
build
like,
us.
which
Yeah.
And why change your answer that dramatically?
yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
right?
wildest thought, craziest thought.
Well, because you're getting higher. Because now this is
Yeah.
the second joint you smoke. Now I'm crazy. First, I was a little weird.
And Haley
Now
was
I'm
having
crazy.
some weird thoughts off the za, right?
I think so.
I think she sort of delved into that a little bit. I'd have to revisit, but she gets high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was an
they
incredible
puff up the
episode,
whole
yeah.
episode, and
Yeah.
we puffed up for our episode, our companion episode.
Pete had a macaroni
into-
joint.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We went to
Smoking
the
out the elbow
we
macaroni?
went
Yeah.
to this dispensary, and at the end of the joint where you smoke it, it literally a piece of
Oh, it had a
pasta.
little noodle in there?
What is that?
Is that new?
Because people are tired of using like a little cardboard and stuff.
Mm.
The theory is that the noodle is more sturdy.
Oh,
And
is
you
it
can't-
eco-friendly too? I guess
It's probably eco-friendly, and it's for those guys who like to get a little slobbery with it.
You're getting
Okay.
out.
Passing a joint to a guy,
Yeah.
you're
You're
making
getting-
your cardboard all wet.
You're getting al dente high with that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting. I
Very-
mean, Pete was
I
off the
zooted.
doob.
Yeah,
Macaroni
Pretty
grill.
intense.
Yeah.
So
pretty intense.
Yeah.
but that was a pretty awesome moment for us.
Yeah.
Just overall,
Oh, just
getting
That
high
was just a
together
big
and
moment
talking.
for y'all, yeah.
One like getting into Haley and Wiz's headspace too.
I'm
I
fucking
think.
with that.
Yeah. What did you what did you glean from that one?
Well, we had another concern about Wiz because I mean he talked about how he was born and like raised in like Germany, France, England kind of area of Europe, and it was like
Yeah.
unclear as to like.
Luxembourg.
He threw in
Where that might
Spain
have been.
there
Was he a
too.
military
Oh,
brat?
well,
He
Spain
was
is-
a military
yeah,
brat.
he
Oh,
was.
that's interesting.
But it's
Spain's
like
a different.
he said he was born in like this conglomeration of
Yeah.
countries, and it was just uncertain like what he meant.
He couldn't think of Belgium.
Yeah, that might.
He
Maybe
meant to
that's
say Belgium, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
Serbia and Montenegro.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the wait? So who else is Wiz,
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban is crazy.
Mark Cuban is he's kind of sledding out a little bit
because he sold his.
Well, he did Bobby Altoff as well.
He sold his stake in the Mavs, and now he's doing pods.
Dude, Bobby Altoff films her ads on that couch.
That's insane.
Swear to God.
Yeah, man.
Swear to God,
you're touching greatness.
That's crazy.
You know what?
Isn't that crazy?
You touching it.
I haven't met her. I just know she films her ads on that couch.
You've definitely been looking at her content for a while. I mean,
I can feel it.
I've met her.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What was that like?
Yeah, it was. I was starstruck to say the least, and
she was glowing.
She was
auras,
mostly texting, but
yeah,
she has a lot of business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what happens
she
when
is
you're
the
a mogul.
business. You know what I mean?
She is the business.
Like, she's the brand. You know.
She doesn't
100%.
record her other stuff here though, right? Because that's the thing with Talk Tuah is they record their ads in a totally separate location and a lot.
Also, the location of the studio. They kind of they move around a lot. You haven't watched any of this.
They do.
So yeah,
and they
they're
record
like
ads
changing
in different spaces.
Oh, I see. Because they're probably not getting the same space every time.
They went down to Dallas
the rental
to film.
process.
And Dallas is a great city to podcast in, by the way.
Really,
because they do the pod. They record in different cities.
Yeah,
There's one that's in a Bolero in Times Square.
Okay.
And I was like, that was the best.
Just out in the lanes? Did they have
they
get the party room?
Studio.
Like a private?
Yeah. There's like an annex.
Usually they're in like some sort of WeWork situation because you can see through like the glass panels.
I've podcasted at a WeWork before. I've done an episode of BJS from a WeWork.
Well, Chelsea's corner, it's like she's behind or in front of the glass directly, so you can see people getting up and like making coffee and walking around. It's pretty. I wish she had some privacy blinds.
Some kind of curtain. This is a rookie question, but I'm just refreshing myself here. Chelsea is the one who was with her that night,
the fateful night
in the original video.
She was the one that suggested that Haliey go up on and do that.
Yeah,
EP.
Oh wow,
with those guys.
And Chelsea came up with the name Talk Tuah.
Chelsea also came up with the name Talk Tuah.
So they're
right. What the hell is?
And also,
what the hell is Haliey coming up with?
She said 15 minutes was one.
Or it's 16 minutes of fame is like her kind of like the company she operates under.
Oh, okay.
She came up with a charity for
one
dogs.
extra one. I'm rolling.
Yeah.
She's got plenty of ideas.
Yeah.
But also it's important to know when they shot that video, because we didn't hear many people talking about this, but it was like the guys that filmed it.
Yeah.
Initially, it blew up, and then Haliey was like, "Hey, can you guys take that down?" Because she was drunk. She was under the influence that night.
Right.
Came on the show, and those guys wouldn't take it down.
Yeah.
So then eventually she's like, "Oh, I have to run with this." That's like a big part of this that people don't really realize.
Yeah. Yeah, because those videos are it's just
pretty predatory.
Yeah, you're going up to.
They're right outside a bar. These guys, they're content creators.
Drunk. Sometimes like.
Oh, I'm glad them dudes didn't meet Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't get a piece.
But another idea of Haliey's, she pitched to Mark Cuban Pookie's Pickles.
Okay.
As a nice little product idea.
What's that?
It's just pickles with a Pookie
dick shaped pickle.
Oh, with like Pookie on the.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's on
we
the
engrave
packaging.
Pookie. Oh,
Mark said he wouldn't invest, but he appreciated the idea.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Haliey's other idea, her Pookie app? The biggest thing about this app, which I'm a little, I'll say it, we've said it before, I think it's a little bit of
Pookie.
Just type Pookie app.
Pookie Talk Tuah.
It's short king discrimination because there's a height verification tool on it. So like short guys, you have to out yourself that you're under 6 foot.
It's a little distressing.
What is the Pookie app? Oh wow, yeah, he's a tall drink of water.
Yeah, come on, Pook.
Yeah,
handsome guy.
He doesn't look like a Pookie. Pookies aren't usually tall.
Really?
But
Pookie's usually a short guy, in my mind.
He has what's the Pookie app?
It's just for tall people to find love, or tall guys more so to find love with women of all kinds.
It's
of
just
height.
tracker.
It's AI powered, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah.
AI powering is like what really makes this interesting.
Oh, I see. Oh, so the women can be any.
See
height.
that right there, the height detector,
so, yeah.
And then
you have to put in your height. Would you guys use an app like that?
Nah, I'm cool.
I don't call it. I'm 5'9".
All right. And I've been lying about being 6 feet tall for years. I can't.
Yeah.
I got a very specific set of things that can't be touched.
Cam actually did that too. He thought he was 6 foot up until a couple months ago.
5'10", 3/4.
Yeah, I didn't know what the numbers.
I could tell when you walked in.
While, yeah.
So.
Okay, so I'm going through the episodes right now. Well, okay, the final episode before this leaked one.
Yeah.
Who's Brooke Schofield?
She's like a co-host with Tana Mojo or whatever.
Okay.
That YouTuber. They just have a podcast together.
Oh, Tana Mojo. I know her. She was fake married to Jake Paul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we recording the pod right now? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're back.
Hell yeah.
Oh right. Oh, that was the podcast that sort of
she was on Bustedness.
It ended Cody Ko.
Oh, is that where the news?
I think that's where the news.
Wait, what was the Cody Ko thing again?
He had underage.
That like he like had sex with Tana when she was like
17.
Oh my god! And he said it on the canceled podcast.
No, she
tour?
said it.
No,
he was like.
I was like, he came through.
They didn't know.
Yeah, when we?
Oh wait, didn't we fuck when you were underage and it was illegal?
And then the fucking MeUndies.
No, she mentioned it at a show, at like a live show, and then the clip went crazy.
Yeah.
And he's
what
back.
do you think Bill Maher
Is he back?
thought when he heard that?
What's it?
What do you think the discussion on Club Random was after that
what
bombshell?
a fool!
Wow.
Could you? What do you think?
With who?
When he heard
just
the Cody
himself,
Ko information, what do you
him
think Bill
alone.
Maher was thinking?
Yeah.
What
I
do
don't
you
know
think
if
they
Bill Maher knows
sheltered down Club
the
Random?
Cody Ko information.
Dude, I was actually Cody's coming back. I was thinking he could be good as a companion pod because I feel like his content's really interesting.
Is he Is he back?
Yeah, as of I think this week.
Do you guys
just got back just in time for Black History Month?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other podcasts you think would be good for us to cover? Is there anything on your radar that you guys are really?
Well, no, we're big club. I'm a big Club Random guy.
And I am now a Club Random guy. Through
I'm saying
osmosis.
He's he doesn't really consume any kind of like.
Well, there's some things I've deemed bad for my spirit, but there's some sports stuff that is really funny. Mm-hmm. That I think on a level that you could appreciate, like a Knuckleheads. There's these basketball shows where these old guys ask the same 20 questions, but it's very funny to these old dudes with no sauce.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
Club Random is kind of the main one.
Yeah.
We want to do a deeper dive on Club Random.
I mean, I would love to actually collaborate on that. Club Brandon.
Yeah, Club Brandon's been in the hopper for a minute.
What's your favorite episode of Club Random?
I would say, the Gates one recently
That's a bombshell.
is crazy. Richard Dreyfuss.
Ooh,
that's a good watch.
I might actually listen to that on the way home.
There's 50 pillows on the
now. Do you
chair
think
and he's sort of slipping off?
I'm fucking with that. That's tight.
There's I think I love the Bella Thorne. Bella Thorne on Club Random.
Oh, that's
incredible.
Yeah, that sounds.
She's part of the Club Random family.
Anytime Bill Maher talks to a young woman,
okay,
that's the dynamic
must see.
there.
Yeah,
must see YouTube
TV.
TV.
Yeah, love that one.
How long until Club Random gets licensed? When are we going to see the reruns of Club Random on real
syndication?
TV?
They have a whole operation now. Club Random Studios at large.
His ad reads
Matt
are
Friend
incredible.
has I should start getting into Matt Friend's podcast.
Yeah,
you know Matt Friend?
I do know Matt Friend because he put me onto this. Yes.
Yeah, that Matt Friend.
I can tell you really like him.
Yeah.
He scratches that itch.
But yeah, he has a podcast on Club Random Studios.
It's a network. I was aware
that was he was trying to get
wait, so Club
Haliey
Random's the umbrella podcast.
Well, Club Random
company?
is the main Friend in High Places.
It is the club in which many people are.
The first guest on Friend in High Places with Matt Friend is Bill Maher.
Okay, classic.
Yeah,
I'm passing the baton.
Now I like
collab.
I like that dreamy kind of set. Look at
it is. Right.
Wait, but do we have that pivotal shot? That angle, the camera.
You don't have that
that's
shot.
a Club Random. You can't.
Okay,
you don't have that shot. He owns that shot.
Yeah.
Proprietary.
I don't know who else is on. Who else is on Club Random Studios.
See, I thought when Bill Maher offered that idea to Haliey for the Sex Expert podcast, I thought that was like, I thought that was maybe nice of a gesture because she would be the first one on his network. I didn't realize he's gotten established.
Well, I think he wanted her to sort of be the first.
That really does feel
first
cheap
out the
now.
gate.
I mean,
and then her podcast got poached by Jake Paul's network.
Yeah.
Right.
Which felt like the best home for it.
Oh, there's some good. I gotta. Damn.
Look at that squat.
I actually.
Does he do crowd work, Bill Maher?
He definitely do core work. You saw that squat. If not crowd.
I really need to start watching. Yeah, I gotta watch.
If you start Matt Friend, I'll start watching Sage Steele. That's the other show.
Wow. Ooh. Okay. I'm getting distracted.
And let me bring us back. You were telling us there's some stuff.
Some lore about.
Yeah, I mean,
Talk Tuah.
Just along the lines of the Pookie app. I mean, there's another person in Haley's world, I think, looking for some connection, and that is Granny. I mean, we learned, I think it was in the Brooke Schofield episode.
Wanted her to hook up with Bill Maher, but maybe she deserves better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we learned via the Brooke Schofield episode and the Bill Maher appearance that, I mean, Granny, I think, is looking for connection because, one, we learned that Pop lives in a back cabin on her property in
He is
rural
Granny's
Tennessee.
tenant. There's a power dynamic there.
Yeah. Granny's ex lives on
the literally the situation Andy Dick was in.
Wait, what's going? Oh yeah,
living in a trailer.
Granny is Pawpaw's landlord.
Yeah,
they're divorced.
Okay.
Pop-Pop's kind of like in a Dobby situation where he's trying to. I mean, he's got a life of his own, but like
he's wearing a burlap sack.
Yeah. I mean, she apparently has been going over to his place for breakfast more and more. Like, he cooks for her. Seems like maybe like a servitude kind of.
Quite some time.
Wow. But how long has this been going on?
I think a couple months at least. It seemed Haliey seemed to like think that it was like a recent thing, and she was like,
but they're not hooking up.
She doesn't think so. Brooke and Chelsea were both kind of.
Chelsea's not so.
Yeah, they were like, this could be some naughty shit going on.
They're watching Walker Texas Ranger, man. It's innocent.
Yeah,
but they get into that. They get into that in the Brooke episode.
The Brooke episode, if you want to check that out, hear Haliey talk about it firsthand. But then, I mean, in the Bill Maher thing, which I think was filmed like months earlier, Haliey was trying to connect Bill with Granny. Bill apparently not the type to go for.
And
she's a little too old for him.
Right. Bill makes sure to mention like, I think you're barking up the wrong tree. I think Bill's sort of throwing out some. Bill's kind of flirting.
Yeah.
And
she's kind of brick walling it.
Granny's kind of codependent though too. I don't know if Bill would be into that because he travels a lot for work.
Yeah.
And she has a thing where she like wants the intimacy with Paw.
Yeah.
But then when he gets too close, she's like, okay, hey, I want to keep things fuzzy.
Yeah.
You're in this gray area.
We've done watched 4 episodes of Walker Texas Ranger. We're now watching the 5th.
Yeah.
And
go home.
And we do also know that Granny is into Amish smut.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She watch it. She has
Rumspringa shit?
She reads it.
Wow.
That's her thing. So I don't know if Paw was really into that. I don't know if Bill would be into that.
Well, Bill, we just watched the Matt Gaetz episode.
Bill more likely to be into it.
He's volunteering information that it's like I think he wanted to impress Matt Gaetz.
Yeah.
Matt
Which
Gaetz
is hard to impress a guy like
Matt Gaetz like kind of big dogs him fast.
Yeah.
And then he's sort of on the ropes.
Yeah.
And he's like they're kind of going bar for bar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On like
Two Titans
young pussy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the love connection was not there.
Okay.
With Granny, but
do they talk about Nestor at all?
Wait, no.
They don't at all.
Wait, who's
Nestor? He was just like a young boy that Matt Gaetz, I think, would like adopted in some sense. I think he was like 17 years old.
He alluded to a child he had adopted, but they never used the name.
Okay, Nestor.
Okay.
I mean, apparently Matt Gaetz adopted this kid at the ripe age of 17 or something like that. And it seems like they have a great relationship.
So it is kind
of
like
was it like some blindside shit? Was he like
thing?
a soccer star or something? What's happening?
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
I just was curious if Bill had like brought it up or anything. If
No,
Bill had done his research.
No.
Bill like at one point is like
Bill got fully stoned.
He's getting into his research and he's like so I was stoned when I wrote this.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Classic Bill.
He loves this stuff. He's real high. He's a high guy.
Yeah.
But if it's affecting his work like that, and he's not really fully researching his guests,
well, yeah,
that's when he has to start laying
I
off.
think
it,
that
right?
he should sort of
So when someone
reassess
has to
his
say
relationship with
We're
marijuana.
hoping, we're
Or he
hoping
should
that
have
Matt
Wiz
Gates
on.
app is a big
What's that?
shifting
Or he should have
point.
Wiz on.
He has.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we got to watch that.
Did you try to like
he
outsmoke
has-
him? Did you try to like?
No, he has. Yeah, there is a Wiz Khalifa Club Random. You bet your sweet
Okay.
ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hope y'all taking notes at home.
What else? There's who else? Who else did I see on there? Fucking who's been on there?
Deepak Chopra on there.
On Club Random?
Yeah.
Yeah, Leno was on there right after the.
Are we now just
incident.
naming episodes of Club Random? I just want to check.
I'm just seeing the suggested videos.
Yeah.
Deepak.
Okay.
Damn, I have not seen Vivek. That's probably.
He's a hard get.
Damn, Kat Timpf was on it.
Hey man,
dude.
Somebody we know.
Speaking
from
of books,
DC, who's
you got a book.
She's like
If you got a book, you win.
She's a big Gutfeld.
We know that Vivek is like hard to get because supposedly there was supposed to be a Doge cast,
which we were super excited about.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they were going to launch a Doge cast to document all of like the government spending cuts that they were going to be doing with the important Doge department, and apparently it was going to be. Is it Vivek? I always fuck up his name.
I do want to wear a shirt that says Doge Department.
But him and Elon.
That says Doge.
Well, yeah, he just was just
Doge
describing what was happening. But if like
Doge
you know, like
Department.
you know how Pamela's wear the physical
No,
phys ed.
You don't want that.
I kind of do.
You don't want that.
I think I want that
Jamel.
on me. I
Don't
want
say
those
that you
problems.
want that.
You
Put
know
it
that
on me.
Do not say that you want that.
You know,
You
there's
want
like
a shirt that says Doge Department.
I'm prepared for it. I can handle it. If I wear it, it'll be ironic. Trust me, guys. People are gonna love it.
What about those female body inspector shirts? But there's like one for Doge. Like, what could it be?
Female
like,
Doge inspector?
Dick over.
Dick.
Taxpayer inspectors.
Yeah, something like just sick.
Yeah.
Dick over goddamn everything.
Yeah.
Hey,
There
honestly,
we go.
I got to tap you.
Yeah.
That was.
There we go.
Yeah. I felt
improv.
But we know.
shit.
We know
I don't
Vivek's
know.
like hard to get because I mean I think the podcast fell through. I think he's just got a packed schedule. So.
Would the podcast be federally funded?
Yes,
It would.
Yeah.
So
They was using our money to buy mics right now.
We would be looking at ways for them, if it were to happen, we'd be interested in looking at ways for them to save money on their podcast production.
Yeah.
Maybe
to save us
Because that would save us money.
That
on
could
the-
save us money as
on the
they're
back of the
saving
front end.
taxpayers'
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Again,
so
Elon is a massive podcaster. He's been on
Yeah.
the scene for a while.
Yeah.
So it's about damn time he starts his own.
So
He smoked weed with Joe Rogan. Now we're here.
talk Tuah. Is there any more lore any more vital like lore, the granny and Pop?
Yeah.
He lives like.
Yeah.
He lives in her back house.
That cat.
Yeah, it's Tennessee. Everybody got back houses.
Yeah,
they all got back
He's on her property.
areas. Yeah. He is being claimed as a dependent. Pookie app. Pookie's Pickles.
We learned that Pookie's like not a flat earther. He believes in the round earth theory.
Come on, man. I fuck with Pookie.
Yeah.
How long has she been with Pookie?
I think so. This is actually interesting because there was a demon X from hell who
I don't wanna even
fucked
get
up their
started on that.
relationship early on, where Pookie was on and off with this fucking wench for like
And that's the nicest thing you could say about her.
Oh, jeez.
And she like intervened when like Pookie and Haliey started to see each other, and then Pookie got back with her for a year. And thank God, I think she's fully out of the pit. I think they banished her to the depths of hell again.
Because the first time he was with Haliey and then went back to this ex as things started to get going with them.
Yeah.
He was with her for like a year, and then he was back with Haliey, and he claims that he's blocked her on Snapchat and everything.
Important.
So I'm just hoping that they're not
So
looking at each other's stories on there or anything.
There was like there were trust issues because Pookie
Yeah.
left the lines undefined.
Yes.
to go back to his
Yeah.
girlfriend.
But now they are official.
Yeah.
They are together, and that's amazing.
and
to
we're
see.
only wishing the best for them. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Hey, same.
yeah.
And so who else is involved?
Yeah, no, there's Chelsea. Chelsea has like a.
I like hearing about this.
No, I'm just trying to figure out how you asking the questions. You're
No,
just
it's
like,
just-
so
yeah.
who
I mean,
else
there's a
is
lot to talk
spitting
about.
on them things?
Yeah.
We don't know. We
guys-
don't know who Chelsea's with though. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I think our biggest gripe, if we were to use that word with Chelsea being the co-host, is she's not opening up as much as Haliey.
She's pretty tight-lipped.
And the thing is, when you have a massive platform, you have to open up about everything in your life. That's what podcasting is for.
Yeah.
So because Haley's opening up about her life, but then Chelsea kind of wants to keep it private.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I think as we go on and we build more trust with the audience, it's like, we'd like to know who Chelsea's seeing. We got some hints. The guy's a Taurus. Yeah. He's taking her out to some movies that weren't released yet, so maybe it's some Hollywood mogul.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's taking... He's taking her to movies that
aren't released. She said that.
Big premieres.
Yeah.
Or like some kind of secret industry screening.
I mean, they could be like the AMC secret movie screenings.
Right.
It could be something like that.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
And they were so yeah, Pookie, they worked it out.
They worked it out. They're good.
Chelsea is like, how do you feel about Chelsea's role like on screen? Is she like, do you think she is bringing everything that she could?
Well, she's not giving it up. I thought you said she wasn't giving up the...
Well, I wish she would give up. That's just me as a fan saying I'd like to know more about her, but her rapid fire questions are great.
It just
so what's the rapid fire questions?
I mean, every episode they get to a section where she goes through a list and like really gets the best answers out of people.
But they're not really like, how rapid fire are the rapid fire?
Well, that's more on the
questions?
people answering the questions.
Yeah, they take their time.
They take their time, and it makes Chelsea look slow. But she has the questions
She's ready to ask
go.
the next
she
one.
She has them locked and loaded.
Yeah.
So if you want to meander through the answer, that's more on you.
That's on you as the guest.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Richards.
I'm asking as soon as you're done. I get it.
Josh took his time explaining all three sports, and he like went into depth about each one, but that he loves. But I mean,
he just went into full depth about his life in that episode.
He added a fourth sport.
Yeah.
Which like it's tough for a guy like that. Like, how are you gonna get rapid fire answers out of him?
He's just
really
got
so much to share.
Yeah.
But it's also just sad
because
because
you can't close it fast. You know what I'm saying? You can only open it fast.
Genie's out of the bottle when he starts going.
It's going to move around. It's going to ruminate.
I think we're just devastated week after week to see like how Chelsea is confined to a different a corner of the room. It seems like she's kind of a secondary part of the conversation between Haliey and each week's guest, and it's just it's tough to see because it's like I can't imagine what she feels like. She doesn't know when to chime in necessarily until it gets to the rapid fire section.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. I think going forward that would be a nice improvement to the show is if they get a third chair maybe in the main angle.
That's the thing, because Chelsea does play a big role. Like if you think about it, like I think they're both like 21 or 22. So it's like for Haliey to come all the way out to LA and interview these famous people, like there is a lot of pressure. So for her to have Chelsea there with her,
that was one.
That was a big name. That's a huge get.
Yeah. That episode kind of particularly sexual.
Yeah.
JoJo brought a lot of that kind of energy.
Really was kind of...
Yeah.
She said she spent $60,000 to get laid one time.
And didn't get laid.
Didn't get laid.
Was this before or after she did the weird dance with the Timberland boots on?
I don't know.
This episode came out in like October, I think.
Yeah.
What was the... Wait, $60,000?
Over a weekend to try and get laid.
And it just didn't work.
What was she doing?
The girl wouldn't crack.
She took this girl to like a Clippers game or like some kind of game in Vegas.
Yeah.
Nice restaurants, trying to crack her all weekend.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And she couldn't crack.
And keep in mind, this is the term
Been there, sister.
JoJo used.
She's had that crack.
Been there.
I was trying to crack. Crack this bitch.
She go to high school with me?
This is...
She was trying to...
Are they still selling the JoJo Siwa like kids stuff?
Kid stuff.
Must not be.
Yeah, like it.
If she's trying to crack bitches, you can't.
It's all. It's like.
What's the most amount
JoJo
of money?
Siwa like backpacks.
What's the most amount of money you guys spent trying to crack?
Specifically trying to crack?
Yeah.
I got to think it's three digits somewhere in the middle.
I don't think anything over.
Do you crack
over like a rack?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can see you putting a band up.
Flights or like whatever. I don't. But never. But me and JoJo are not in the same bracket.
Yeah.
JoJo could have me fucking killed.
Yeah.
Well, you think a lot of people have that.
Matt could have me killed.
Yeah.
JoJo could have me killed.
I don't know how much Hitmen cost, but maybe you're right.
For sure. It's
about $5,000, I guess.
And they would never know. It would be untraceable.
Yeah.
The one thing I was just going to try and tie up the loose end, the only loose end really for us is they had, do you guys know the country star Dasha?
I was unfamiliar.
You know Dasha?
Okay.
They pronounced her name a couple different times. She's a country star, but her side of the story, this person says it's Dasha. Yeah. That's what she says.
No, I was very confused.
You thought a different Dasha.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
I guess she's yeah.
She's I thought she was bringing in Red Scare's Dasha.
We thought that too.
She was doing
a real what a podcasting crossover that would be.
Yeah, that would be epic.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
You know?
But Dasha, I mean, we just don't know her name, so we were unsure if you had any insight. But
I don't know her work.
Because again, she insists it's Dasha.
I also heard Dasha at one point. I think
so.
Haliey
She's like she was on the
yeah
she was on there.
Well, she was telling a story about how she went to this club in London called The Box and saw someone shit on stage and eat it. But she said she flew Southwest from New York to London. And a lot of people in our comments were like, wait, Southwest doesn't have a direct flight
That's
from...
not...
Yeah. So I think she was fibbing a little bit.
That's a cap alert.
Yeah.
That's maybe if it was Northeast Airlines.
Yeah. That would make more sense.
Yeah.
But we were breaking that down, and she commented on the post about it. So
yeah, she said, ha ha ha, these comments are so dumb or something like that.
Oh,
which trying to discredit some of these
junior analysts. A lot of people who weigh in with important insights.
And that's why that's what they do. That's to suppress information.
Yeah, exactly. Classic, just tactic of.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. I feel like we
appreciate you, boys.
Of course, thanks for having us.
A lot, and so you guys are gonna be you guys are gonna be moving forward.
Yeah, it's choppy waters right now.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna even out. We're excited to see Haliey if she comes back. We are fucking hoping she does. We'd love to see her. But, I mean, there's also just so many other podcasts and content creators out there worth looking into, unpacking, and we're excited to do that.
And, I'd love to talk Club Random with you guys sometime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do a deep dive on
love
that.
This. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and please, anytime.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you at home. And, thank you. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.